All
Hey,
right.
everybody, this is your girl, Jamila J. Welcome to Jamila J Girl Talk Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. I have two special guests. I have Naeem. He's been holding it down for Chuck. This is his second week. Naeem, thank you. We appreciate you. Much love to you for just being here. I know you have a busy schedule, and you're the love doctor. Toxic relationships one-on-one. So I know you have a lot going on. So I appreciate your time and just being here with us. And Chuck, wherever you are, we love you, and hopefully we'll see you next week. And we have our other special guest. Now, this lady, she's a designer. She is a plus size model. She's going to school for massage therapy, right? Massage
Well,
therapy.
actually, I graduated.
Oh, okay, she's a
I
graduate.
graduated, so I am officially a massage therapist,
Oh,
certified.
good,
Yeah.
cool. And
And yes, an educator.
and most importantly, she's a mommy. She has
Yes,
five
five
babies.
kids.
So she has a lot on her plate. She has a lot to talk about. She has a lot to share, and is Joshlyn Jamison. Welcome to the show. Yay!
Thank you.
I so appreciate you. Really, she was featured in the last episode of my magazine. Designers are very meticulous. They're very like on top of stuff, very organized. It's like, how she do all this with five kids? So I'm gonna get the dirt today. So I can't even do it. You have to be very organized and very structured to do all the things that you do with five children.
Yeah. Okay.
So I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself, but I always ask everybody where where were you born, where did you grow up, and where do you live now?
Okay. Well, hello everyone. My name is Joshlyn Jamison. Far as that, a lot of people might want to call me Joshy, the fashion designer, the seamstress, the apron lady, because I'm famous for the apron ladies, but making aprons. Um,
Yeah.
I'm basically from Oakland, California. I'm born and raised, 98th and Brookfield. Um, Elementary school, Brookfield Elementary.
Is that
um,
East Oakland, West
East
Oakland?
Oakland,
East
correct.
Oakland. Out there
Hmm.
by the Eastmont Mall?
No further down, because you're on MacArthur area. I'm going past the East 14th and
Wow.
going towards the 80 freeway.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. I was born and raised there, but when I turned 18, I felt like, hey, I am done with Oakland. Tired of seeing the stuff that I was seeing. Needed a new location, a new vibe, new environment, everything. So I moved to Las Vegas. Um, I moved out there on a Friday, went out there on a Friday, got my first apartment at 18 on that Monday. So I was excited, and I stayed there for 10 years
Wow.
off and on. And I've been here in Sacramento for about 11 years. I moved out here for 2010 to be closer to family because all my family and friends, well, mostly friends and family, are out here in California. So that's where I'm at. I'm here in Sacramento right now.
Wow.
Who
Wow.
knows where I'll be at next?
So you grew up in Oakland. How was Oakland for you? Because I grew up in Richmond. So we're basically neighbors.
um, I was sheltered. So being a child at my great grandmother raised me, and I started like I was really sheltered because the way how I was built as a young woman. Um, so really, I couldn't tell you exactly how Oakland was. I know through that childhood age limit or whatever. I grew up as a Jehovah Witness. So like I said, that's what made me sheltered. And I couldn't walk down the street. I couldn't take the bus or anything like that. So, but but I could tell you from the age of 13 and up how Oakland treated me. Because I left home at 13. I felt like it was a mission for me. So,
You left home at 13?
yeah, I left home at 13. Never went back.
Wow. You said your grandparents raised you?
Yes, my great grandmother, Clara Reese, and my great grandpa, Fulton Reese.
Where were your parents, your mom and
My
dad?
mother, however, my mom, she was living in Arizona and, basically getting her life situated. My father, only met him a couple of times when I was younger, under the age of 5. I kind of remember certain, stuff in the past, but from 5 to 13, I haven't wasn't in touch with my father, Robert
Mm.
Jamison. But like my great grandmother, she was my mom, my dad, she was everything to me.
Wow.
I was raised with a sister. I have a sister and I have a brother on my mom's side that we all lived together with my great grandmother. So my great grandmother was 70 years old, taking care of 3 children.
Oh my God. Wow. And so she was a Jehovah Witness?
Yes, faithfully, Jehovah Witness, faithfully.
How did that impact your life growing up as a Jehovah Witness? Did you have to go door to door?
Yes, I did go to door to door. I thought that was the funniest thing. Actually, that's just getting outside and be like, oh, you don't have to go to the meeting, just go outside. And I always enjoy fresh air. So being a Jehovah Witness and going door to door, it was nice. I liked it because I had a speech. I could hear my voice. So that actually taught me how to actually speak to other people. I can definitely say being a Jehovah Witness taught me a lot of things of actually overcoming the fear of speaking to other people. Just being a friendly person, holding conversation, having some structure being organized. Because as being a Jehovah's Witness on Wednesday nights, we had the Bible studies at the congregation, and we had to speak in front of the whole congregation. So we had to have the title of what we was talking about, and and speak on it. We had a 30 minutes segment.
And you did that every Wednesday?
Well, it was probably like, I didn't, not every Wednesday because it rotates through the women. The guys have talks. They actually stand up in front of the congregation and talk. And the women, we sit down and we have conversation like at a table setting
Okay.
in front of the congregation on the stage.
Hmm. Wow. That's interesting because I've never been a Jehovah Witness, but I have studied with Jehovah Witness, just wanting to learn more about the Bible. You know how they come to the door and they give you the watchtower. Is it the
And the
watchtower?
way, yeah,
In
the
the
watchtower in the
way.
way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I always like reading. So of course I, read it. It's, very interesting. But
Not for me.
and that's how they kind of, it's a
I like,
process, right? And then it's like, oh, well, if they see you're interested, they'll come back. And then next thing you know, you have a Bible study with them. They're trying to get you into the Kingdom Hall.
correct.
But it was something for me. It didn't sit right with me because I would actually study with them. Even when I was in Sacramento, I studied with the Jehovah Witness. It was a lady who was at the school I was going to. She was a counselor. I was a teacher. And so she was like, oh, I want to, come over and have Bible study with you. But it was something wasn't right. You know how your gut just say, no, 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 no.
Yeah,
It,
you definitely have to listen to that inner energy
yeah,
that you bring, like, because there's things in my life that I actually question myself, and if I got to keep on questioning myself, and I have that gut feeling like it's a no, then it has
mhm,
to be a no. Because if I fight it and I go ahead and do it, then I have to suffer the consequences afterwards.
yeah, yeah.
So I learned now as being in the last year of my 39 years, going into my 40s,
Oh man,
that
you don't look 39. You look
yeah,
29.
I'm 39 years old. Yeah.
You're beautiful. Yeah.
So I learned to actually start to listen to my inner self.
Yeah.
And since I've been listening to my inner self, it's a lot of things that that's been happening for me. So yeah.
Is good things have been happening when you are listening to your inner voice, or
Yes, correct.
yeah, better things. So what happened at 13?
Like I said, I left home. I just wanted to actually. I didn't plan to live at 13, but I don't know. I guess I wanted a boyfriend, and I was like trying to date someone, and he's like, meet me here at this certain time. And I'm like, okay, I can meet you at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But then we end up missing each other. And he's like, well, can we meet at 1 o'clock a.m.? I'm like, I never left the house.
Ooh.
So I was actually scared because at this time I was staying with my auntie in off of 68th and Outlook. Um and I just moved there, and she's like the cool auntie. She's not a Jehovah's Witness, so she was a cool auntie. She did
Okay.
worship. So, but I left. I snuck out, left, and met the guy. We got on the AC transit. I think that's like the 58 or the 40, one of the two that we got on. And we riding down, and then next thing I know, I fell asleep on the AC transit. And I'm like, oh my God, I was supposed to go to school. It's 8 something in the morning. So I was like, well, that's the choice I had to make in life. Is either I go home and get in trouble by my auntie, and my auntie, she was hard. Like, even though she was more open spirit,
Right.
I didn't want to mess with my auntie. So I was like, you know what? I just stay out. I got like $100 in my pocket that I saved. I could I could do this, and I just never went back home. But then I basically just you just have to live. You have to live. I have definitely some deep stories that I ran into, almost died, a lot of stuff. So yeah. But
So
it
at
definitely was a learning
13,
experience
you
to
didn't
where
go
I'm
back
at
to
now.
school? You didn't go back to school? You didn't?
I did because I did go back to school. But schooling between ages of 13 and I would say 13 and 15. School was kind of rocky for me because I was in and out of group homes. It was not even the fact that I was bad. Like I wanted to, rob people or whatever. I wasn't
Right.
that type of person. It was more
Yeah.
about my freedom of getting to know who I am as Joshlyn Jamison. Because I
Mhm.
didn't have a mom, like in my life. I didn't have my dad. So I just had my great grandmother and my brothers and sisters. And, so it was just like, I need to know who I am. So that's why I left home, and I didn't want to go back home because I felt I was restricted in certain areas of where I couldn't know who I was. So who I am.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
but I went into group home. My first group home was in San Francisco. It was called a Lucid House or something like that. But they turned it into like a like a youth, a youth something. They changed youth home, youth boys
Mhm.
and girls home or something like that now. But that right there was a different experience for me when I went to San Francisco. But I learned how to swim. I can say that being in that group, I learned how to swim, and I stayed there for about 6 months. But then I ended up leaving because I was like, you know what, I'm gone. But that's when I actually wrote out. That's when I got connected to my father because I sent a letter out to my father because at this time my great grandmother she was like at this time was like almost 14. Yeah, I was like about 14. And my great grandmother and my mom passed away. So
Oh my God.
yeah.
Yeah.
So but yeah, I stayed there for a little bit, and then and I had it, at that time when they both passed away 2 months apart, it was hard for me. So
Yeah.
I just kept on leaving group homes.
So you wasn't like a bad girl. You just wanted to
Maybe behind
not
closed
be in the
doors.
Jehovah
No.
Witness, huh?
I said, well, maybe behind closed doors, I was a bad girl or something.
Yeah, but
But
I
no,
mean,
not
in
like
terms of
where I had a record. No.
no, well, okay. How can I say this? You was maybe I should ask a question. I'm when I say bad girl, I'm talking about the girl that smoking, smoking weed, uh,
No, you
having sex at 13, 14. That's kind of the bad girl,
well,
you know.
being, I'm not gonna say. I would say like bad girl is like always want to start a fight, always
Yeah,
instigating
yeah.
a fight. Just that bad energy. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
I wasn't that type of person. I'm a
It seemed
free
like
spirit
you just
person.
wanted your freedom and not be in the
I didn't
Jehovah's
want to be held
Witness
down.
camp.
Jocelyn wanted what Jocelyn wanted, and
Uh,
Jocelyn got what Jocelyn got. So that's what
mhm.
I did. I left at 13. I learned, the things I wanted to learn because I was restricted. So I
Yeah,
wanted to learn how to catch the bus. I wanted to learn, how to just live. Like, I had five, when I ran out of that $100, I had like $5, and I had to figure out how I'm gonna turn that $5 into $100 or that $100 to that $200, so um, and that's why my older brother, my older sisters, my siblings, they look at to me because I lived a certain type of life. I raised myself, and I'm not as of 39 years old. I'm not on drugs. I'm not.
yeah.
Um, so yeah.
What, just going back, what would you tell, Jocelyn, mother of five, designer, model? What would you tell that 13 to 15-year-old Jocelyn about having it her way?
You know what? It's so crazy. It kind of bring a little tear to my eye because
I'm
I was
sorry.
outside. Since I've been a massage therapist, I've been more connected to myself and my spiritual connection, the universe, the air. Um, and I was just outside, just breathing the air, and I said, Jocelyn, would you do anything differently when you
Hmm.
started your leap? And I said, you know what? I said, yeah, I probably would have waited on kids. Oh, I probably would never left home. But then if I would have been not left home and then take my leap, I want to be here today or who I am as right now. God had put everything in my sight for a reason. It was a reason why my great grandmother passed away. It was a reason why she raised me. It was a reason how she taught me how to sew. It was a reason how she showed me how to be more than just one business owner, to have more multiple incomes coming in. It was, she taught me a lot. And then on top of that, I taught myself of how to survive.
Hmm.
So to use all the stuff from 13 to now, I can't say I want to go back. It's the reason why I got pregnant at 15. It's the reason why I had my daughter at 16, and it changed the whole cycle. With families today, even now, it could have been 100 years ago. We all have a cycle. And that cycle, it could be a good cycle, it could be a bad cycle, it could be a rocky cycle. But you got to figure out if you want to stop that cycle and turn it around to a better solution. So, and that's where I felt like I should stop where everybody's saying, oh, Joshlyn needs to be this. Oh, Joshlyn needs to do that. So, no, Joshlyn's going to do Joshlyn.
Hmm.
And, some people might not like me. I'm not for everybody, but, it's okay though. So I won't tell
Amen.
myself at 13 to change anything.
No, no. I think, what you're saying is really factual because if you didn't go through the things that you went through, you wouldn't be who you are, you know. And everybody has to go through their own path, their own own trials and tribulations, peaks and valleys, and all that. And I think, it's destined. It's our destiny. We walking through our destiny. Sometimes it doesn't feel good. It's scary.
No, we all,
It's painful. But we all have to go. We have to go through it. And I just applaud you for being honest and telling your story. And if you ever, if we all can look back and say, you know, if I didn't do this, if I didn't go through that, climb that mountain, I wouldn't be in this valley.
right,
Or if I didn't move from Sacramento, if I would have still been in Sacramento, I wouldn't be here right now doing what I'm doing. So I just applaud you for being real and honest but it's something about you.
What do you mean something about me? Like what?
I deal with a lot of people, and I'm gonna say what I said before. You are very meticulous. You're very organized. I said I need pictures on the 18th. You got them on the 16th. You got the bio. You got the pictures. You got everything laid out. So maybe that's part of that JW.
That's why I said that JW helps, but
I
you know what?
mean,
I'm kind of like with my 5 kids. I'm like my older 2 went to the the congregation, right? Did the Jehovah's Witness thing, so they got the organization too.
yeah.
But my younger 3, I'm like maybe I need to go back, or we need to put them in something, maybe some karate or something, so they can learn a little bit more discipline.
Right.
Nowadays these kids, they just go wild, and I'm like, hold on, I need some discipline up in this household. So now I got 4 boys and 1 girl. So yeah, I got a couple gray hairs up in here. But yeah, yeah, that definitely works.
When I say that's when I first spoke to you, it's something very unique about you, and the way you do your business, and the way you checked me. It's like, where the hell's this magazine? It's supposed to be here. And like, I'm here having fever. It's like, oh, what is she talking about now? But then I looked, I called the lady. I said, well, the magazine is not on Amazon. Why not? Mm-hmm. Oh, they did this, they did that. Then I called the magazine company. Oh, it's just in the queue. I would never knew that if it wasn't for you. And I'm just saying,
you know what? People, I will tell you like this. Things happen. I noticed my position in life. When I run across people and they attach to me, or I attach to them, I am there for a reason. Yeah, that reason you might not like me for, because I'm gonna tell you the truth, and I do my best to tell the truth, because I don't like to lie, because those lies turn into another lie and it hurts, and I don't want nobody lying to me. So I'm gonna give you the correct of me. I'm gonna give you the 100 of me. So,
but a lot of people are not like that. A lot of people are, especially in our business, they're very phony. They're very like but I like you. But that's what I like about you. I said, oh, if you didn't tell me, I was like, why didn't this lady, I'm paying this lady, she should have checked. Then it's like, it always stops on me. But if you wouldn't have told me, I wouldn't have never known. So
I was at the right place at the right time for you.
I mean, that's who you are. And I love it. I love that realness about you. I love that meticulous, that detailed, that being organized. So, Naeem, where you at? Do we have any questions? Naeem, where you be? We have any questions from the audience?
We don't, but you should talk to the audience more. Ask them to ask a question or engage. I know y'all can't hear me that well. That's why I'm not on camera, because you wouldn't be able to hear me anyway. But
okay, I can hear you.
No, there's no comments or questions just yet, but
okay,
listening in the background. So
okay, let me share. I usually
there's no comments or questions just yet, but
okay, let me just share. Let me share so we can get the audience involved, because I usually share on the commercials. I mean, on the intro. Okay, Joshlyn, let me just do this real quick, and then we'll go for 15. I want to know what
right now. One through Facebook, and the other one through Fashion Designer. So I'm live. I didn't know the link to actually. Yeah.
Okay, hold.
So the link you sent me, I should have added that link inside there.
No.
Oh.
You have to go. Let me see if I can send it. I'm gonna put it on my page. I'm gonna put it on my page, and then maybe you can get it from there. Or we can always do it after you can share it after the show.
Yeah, I can share it afterwards.
Yeah, but I mean, usually we'll have a lot of questions and a lot of feedback. So let's go from 15 on?
Well, 15, I was actually a runaway. I was a ward of the state as a juvenile hall because I like to run away from group homes. I like to have fun and do me. So, but yeah, I left. I left. And at 15, I got pregnant, and I'm like, you know, and I actually kind of wanted to be pregnant. I've been wanting to be pregnant since I was young, really young, but I love kids. Because my great grandmother, she had a child care too as well. So she was a seamstress, a cook, a ballerina. Like she did everything, you know. So, and that's my inspiration because I do everything. I'm like, okay, I'm doing this. Okay, now I want to do this. Who says I can't do this? I can do this, you know. So. But I left at 15, left the group home at 15, got pregnant, went to my dad. Finally, my dad's like, yeah, you can come stay with me or whatever. So I tried to stay with him. Didn't work out because Joshlyn want to do what Joshlyn want to do. Joshlyn don't like authority. Especially back then. I know how to keep silent sometimes now. But back then, Joshlyn wanted to do Joshlyn. So, so he called them to come get me, stayed in. Now at the point is after I done had my baby.
You had a little girl?
My daughter, her name's Jade.
Okay.
Yeah, she's 23 years old now. Go to San Francisco State.
Oh, congratulations! Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, but yeah, she ended up staying with my grandmother for a little bit, and why in the process of me in juvenile hall and in the group home. So I was like, I guess I'm gonna be up in here juvenile hall until you guys gonna find me a group home where I could take, you know, have my baby at. So I found a group home. The only group home in the Bay Area was the Raja House in San Leandro, off of 167th, I believe, and like in East 14th or International Boulevard. And I ended up moving there. And when I moved there, it was different. It was like now I had to be there for 6 months before my daughter could come so they could see how my behavior is because I'm always leaving. Like I said, every group home they put me in. They put me in one in San Francisco. They try to put me all the way in Stockton. They put me in like different ones. So this one, I'm really in the Bay Area. So, and actually, you know, it slowed me down because now I'm like, okay, I want my daughter. Like I want my daughter to come stay with me. And I'm at the group home, so I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. But I think the lady didn't like me at all. She really didn't like me. But that's another story.
Yeah.
She was a black owner. At a group home, and she had over 25 girls there at this facility, and half of the girls didn't have children, and the rest of the girls actually, you know, we had children. So, but I started off on the other side because I didn't have my daughter just yet, and then I moved over, and I stayed. Like I said, I stayed there for 6 months, and then they transferred me over on the other side of the hall. And then my daughter came. She stayed with me in the group home. I had my own room and everything. And it's so crazy about it is, like I said, God put people in your life. So I had a bully growing up, right? When I went to middle school, I had a bully, and her name's Sherry Bradford, God rest her soul. But she was my bully in middle school, and she knew me as when she saw me come into that group home. She's like, Joshlyn, what you doing here? Like you not bad, like you know, you're not like me. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, you know, things turned to leak. Like I'm here. So, and she was like, girl, you have pigtails and this and that. I don't understand why you here. I'm like, well, I'm here. And we just became friends, best friends.
Wow.
And I was there till I was 18. And then after I left at 18, you know, I was like, okay, Vegas.
Okay, so you headed out to Vegas.
Yeah,
did you have family or friends out there?
Huh?
Did you have family or friends out there?
No, my daughter's stepfather, cause since I got so pregnant when I was young, her father was older, and so he was scared.
Okay.
So that's another story too. And so, but yeah, he was scared, and so we just so I just met this guy, and he was able to take care of him, of her ever since she was like about 6 months.
Hmm.
We took care of her ever since she was 6 months, all the way until she was like in her preteens.
Oh, wow.
And so he told me about Vegas, because he's a music producer and he does music out there in Vegas. And he was like, you should come out to Vegas. It's, great environment, it'd be great. You can find your apartment for like $500, $600. I was like, okay. So I moved to Vegas. I packed me a big old duffel bag that had wheels this high, and that basically just got on a Greyhound and went out there.
And it was you and your daughter.
Actually, no, I let my daughter go back to my grandmother's until I got situated in
Okay.
Las Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you left the group home and then you headed out to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Got my first apartment. I was so excited. And it was like $600 a month, 1 bedroom, big, great community. That's when Vegas was really cheap, because I could have stayed on the other side. Cause I stayed in like Summerlin area, like off the strip, like a Sahara and Durango. And it was beautiful over there. They had a big old tennis racket. It was nice.
Yeah.
For 600, you couldn't beat that. I bet everybody wished those was the days.
So did you start sewing or did you start working in?
You know what? Back then, I always was into fashion. Every now and then, I will make myself something, but I never owned a sewing machine until I bought my first sewing machine, and I was pregnant with my son, and so in 2000, basically, I bought my first sewing machine because I wanted to make him like a onesie, for the cold days and stuff like that. And that's when I started making stuff. But actually, since I moved back, something told me I needed to move back from Las Vegas to here in 2010, which was my grandmother. And I wanted to be closer to my grandmother and my sisters and stuff like that. And that's when I started buying. Now I got like 4 or 5 sewing machines.
Okay. So, Naeem, where are you? We have any questions?
Yes, we do. We have comments.
Okay.
We have Delaney Johnson says, good
hey,
evening, everyone.
Hey.
Lorraine says, hey, lovely peeps. Kiss face.
Hello.
Also says, powerful testimony.
Powerful testimony. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I love that piece. It's so elegant.
Thank you. I'm actually wearing it tonight to a Cinderella gala. That's why my hair is like this too.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, that's all our comments and questions so far.
Okay, thank you.
I appreciate them. Thank you guys very much.
Yeah, thank you. So when did you really start? I know you had maybe 4 more kids, but when did you really start sewing and getting into fashion and really doing your thing in fashion?
You know what? Actually, okay. So before I go here, I have to say this. When I was 15, I had my daughter at 16, and I remember being pregnant. I was like about 7 months pregnant. I went down to San Francisco, went to the Art Institute, right? Mm-hmm. And because they had a fashion program. And so this lady from church, because now I have her, like I said, I was staying with my dad or whatever, but he was having us go to church on Sundays. So I went for actual gospel. And so this lady, she was like my mentor, and she was like, I'm gonna take you to the Art Institute. So I'll go there. And I did this, like I said, I've been in and out of school. So I had to do this like a assessment before getting enrolled. So I failed the assessment. Mm-hmm. I didn't know I was supposed to study. Like, I'm like, you tell me to come here. I'm thinking I'm just going to do a tour, but they had me do an assessment, and I failed the assessment. So that actually, I gave up hope. I was like, well, I'm not going to go to school as a fashion designer. I'm not going to, like, for what? Like, it is what it is. So when I came here to Sacramento, I don't know, it was like home for me. Like just not even in Sacramento, basically being back out this way in California to the Bay Area. A lot of memories that was lost came back, you know, from my grandmother. So what actually started was, he's 5 years. So 5 years ago, well, about 6 years ago, my sister was pregnant, and I made made my nephew a outfit. And when I took it to, then I made like this diaper thing or whatever basket, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, this is so beautiful," and this is that. So what I did was I was like, okay. And everybody's like, I want one for my baby. I want one for this. Now I want an outfit for that. So I just started making it. And then all of a sudden everybody's like, I want an adult onesie. So I started going into adult onesies. And it just, you know, I was just following, like at that time I started following what I wanted to do. And then I started getting followers, and I started vending, and people started knowing me, and it actually changed. I remember though talking to my ex, well, my husband. I was talking to him back about 2 years ago, no, 2.5 years or whatever ago. And I told him, I said, if I do this, if I start going and start doing fashion shows and start doing this, I'm going to be more in the public eye. And I said, are you going to be okay with this? And he said he was going to be okay with it, but, you know, now he ain't here. It's okay, because it took me to the next level of massage therapy.
Wow. Wow.
So
did you ever get into school?
I mean, even though like when I was in juvenile hall,
school.
They had school in juvenile hall, and then but I went back to school actually because I was tired of lying on the applications and stuff when I was in Las Vegas saying I had a degree. So I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm going back to school. So I actually came back to the Bay Area. I went to Job Corps in 2004. And I was actually done in 3 months, but they wanted me to be there for a year. But I was like, I'm not, I have 2 kids at this time. I have 2 kids and 2 small kids. So I was like, I can't be on campus, living on campus, thinking everything's okay. I have a mission I have to complete. So like I need my GED or my diploma, and I need some type of trade behind me. So so I went and I got my GED. I passed it on the first round. And then I got a business administration, Word Perfect, Microsoft Office Specialist, and what else I got? Something else I got, but I got all those certificates, and I was done with everything actually in 3 months when I did all that. And they was like, well, you still have to be here for at least another 3 months before you able to, you know, leave. So I stayed there for an extra 3 months, and I just worked on a Job Corps site at being a teacher. So, you know, helping out, assisting with their typing and all that stuff. So, you know, because a lot of students was like, they was copying me. They was like, hey, you know, I like you, Joshlyn. Like they was basically, I was their leader. So, because they was like, how you just completed your program in 3 months? Like I've been here for 2 years. I said, because you're not focused. You gotta have something that you want, something that you desire, that you could taste, you could feel it, you could see it. So, and that's what it was. I was a single mom, 2 children. And without my grandmother, I'm gonna tell you like this, without my grandmother help, I don't know how I would have did it. But my grandmother, she had both my children while I was in school. And you know, she was always there for me to watch my children while I'm able to, you know, be who I, you know, to be me. Because she knew, you know, hey, I left home at 13 years old. You know, I had a hard life, and, you know, I'm trying to get it back on track.
So what was your motivation for, you know, completing your GED and getting all those certificates? Was it your kids that was just
it was just my kids, and then it was something, it was basically self-care to myself. You know what I mean? Like, because I knew in the back of my head, like, come on, Joshlyn, you didn't finish school. I'm tired, like going to interviews. Oh, okay. Did you graduate from college? I mean, not college, or did you college? Did you graduate from high school? Or, you know, what type of degrees? I was just like, why lie? I'm not a person that lie. I remember when I used to lie when I was younger. in pre-teens when I was younger and stuff, people knew I wasn't telling the truth because I started laughing. So I said, you know what? Why lie? I'm just gonna tell you the truth up front. It's either, and I remember my grandmother, not my great grandmother, but my grandmother, she says, don't care what other people think of you. It's all about what you care about yourself and what you think of yourself. And for me, I felt like I was nothing because I didn't have no educational background. I was a single mom with 2 kids, you know what I mean? And, I left home at 13. So I say, you know what? I want this for myself, my accomplishment. So that's where my first accomplishments was right there. So
wow. I mean,
for my self-love.
You're very special, Joshlyn. you're very special, and I think for other teen girls, teen moms, I mean, you're it. They can look to you and see what the possibilities are. So let's go to sewing. I want the audience to see some of your clothes. When did you started making the onesies? So your grandmother taught you how to sew?
Correct.
Okay. Did you ever go to, you said the Fashion Institute or the Art Institute?
Nope.
Because there's one in Sacramento too. Did you ever go to any of those?
Nope.
No. Okay. You never did. So you just start sewing on your own?
Yeah. It didn't even, like, when I actually start, I remember just like when I came to Sacramento, that's why I said I started buying more sewing machines, started being more connected to my roots of what where I grew up at, doing.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was younger, like while my sister and brother outside playing, my great grandmother was keeping me inside sewing. So, I have people down to this day that will tell you that, Joshlyn, she would stay inside. She would not let her out because her body was as an adult body, not a child body of 11-year-old or 10-year-old. My body was like an adult. So, like I said, I was hidden from the public. So, so that's, but that's how, life was. So.
Yeah. Show us, I don't know if you could slide the camera back. I want to see that jacket you have on. And then I want to see what this red thing over here. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Is that snake or snake skin?
Actually, I got some shoes to go with this too as well. So yeah, I have some shoes to go with this. It's kind of like a snake material.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then I got lace. I added lace and then some velvet right here. And then this is leather, real leather.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's on top of a jean jacket?
Huh?
Is that on top of denim?
It's
this is the blue. The blue.
Oh, the blue? No, the blue is velvet.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is velvet raw right here. This is velvet. This is velvet. 2 different kind of colors. And yeah.
That's beautiful. So is it the dress that goes with it or?
I made a skirt, but I didn't wear the skirt today. But I made a skirt. I made a skirt to go with this. And then it have lace underneath it. It's really cute.
Okay. Now, what is this? This looks like a leotard or a bodysuit.
Oh, it's just a bodysuit. I just threw on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who did you make that for? Was it for a customer? Was it for
it was for my son's birthday. My son, it was his first time flying. He's big, 11 years old. So it was his first time flying to Vegas. Because when he was born in Vegas. And at 6 months, I brought him to California. So usually the time we drive when we go to Vegas. But this particular time, I wanted to surprise him and we took the flight out. And I made us matching outfits for Vegas and for his birthday and so forth. And so he have a matching outfit to match with mine.
That's beautiful.
So I made this for him. Mm-hmm.
So your kids is 23. What stages of your kids?
Different stages. But it's actually good though. Like I said, everything happens in life for a reason. Because
no, what ages?
They're 23. My daughter's 23, Jade.
Uh-huh.
My son Micah, he is 20 years old. He just turned 20 years old in September 11th. He was born on 9/11. And then I have an 11-year-old son, Zion, my big helper. And then I have a 4-year-old and a 2.5 years old.
So all your kids help you with the business, and the name of your business is incorporated with your babies?
Yeah, well, Zedeca Emporium comes from basically Zedeca came from the oldest three. Like I said, my daughter's name is Jade. So it started with Zion, Jade, and Micah. So it's all three names combined into one. But I was a single mom, and I sat down with them and I said, well, it's going to be named after you guys because you guys are my inspiration, you guys are my motivation, and so forth. So, but then I was like, what happens if I get married, remarried and this and that? So I ended up getting and have more kids. So that's why we at the Emporium in case we have more kids. And I did. I had two young boys back to back. So what it means, Zedeca Emporium is really a corporation because it's all entities in one. I do fashion. My daughter, she does art, and my son, he's an electrician as well as a contractor. He does construction. He builds things from scratch. So and then my younger two, I don't know what they're going to be. Maybe singers or whatever their talent is going to be. I mean, I pass on a lot. I'm a woman with many hats, and every child of mine took something of mine, took something of me. That's where, when women have children, it takes us a minute to bounce back because we done gave them a whole piece of us.
Yeah.
We held them for like 9-10 months. So they done took in a whole lot of energy.
Right.
So it takes a while for us to get back.
Yeah.
Mentally and physically.
It's a lot. And then raising children too.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like I said, I had help though. I had help from my grandmother for the first two. And then but I had a breakdown though. I had a breakdown in 2013. Yeah. I had a breakdown.
What do you mean?
Physical, mental breakdown. Because my dad passed away. My real father, he passed away. But before he passed away, he asked me a question. He said, so how do you feel that I look, that I'm like this? Because he done had 2 strokes.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, well, the first stroke, that's when he asked me. And then the second stroke, he was a vegetable. He didn't talk or anything. So when he passed away, I knew he was going to pass, but I didn't know when. But it was just a lot of stuff. And then my best friend committed suicide, and my dad passed. And then also Comcast shut down. As being a single mom, I was like, of 3 kids, I'm like, oh my gosh, like literally my kids would say, Mommy, you were talking to us, but you was mumbling. And so 2 months went by in my life. I don't know. God was talking to me for 2 months because I was like a vegetable for 2 months because I don't remember 2 months of my life. And I wake up and I'm like, why am I here? What's going on? And that's why I was like, you know what? This is my second chance.
Where were you when you woke up? Were you in the hospital?
I was like in the hospital.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, why am I here? Like, I'm like, where's my apartment at? Like, why am I in my apartment? Why am I at my sister's house? So, but yeah, I just had a breakdown. I shut down talking, shut down everything.
Who had your kids? Your sister?
My sister had my youngest one. My grandmother was too old to take care of the baby because he was like 2 years old or so. So it's like, yeah, he was like 2 or 3 years old. Yeah.
You've been through a lot. You have been through a lot.
Yeah, I have. I'm not gonna lie about that. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, these lights are attracting. I'm in the garage.
But I guess your mind could only take so much, and it just had to rest.
Correct.
Much.
Correct. That's basically that's how I look at it. Because, like I said, my best friend, and the one that passed away, she's the one. Like I said, she was my bully. She passed away, and
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So that really hit me. That really hit me when she passed. And then like I said, my dad, he passed away, and it was just like, and then losing a job. I'm like, where my income is going to come in? Because at this time I wasn't self-employed.
You were working for Comcast?
Yeah, I was working for Comcast, being a telemarket, being on the phone, customer service, tech support. So, and then like I said, something always in anybody's life, something may happen, an obstacle, it could be anything. It could be a person. It could be a place, a thing. And it will actually give you a wake-up call.
Yeah.
And I believe that situation right there was a wake-up call. Like, hey, Joshlyn, you need to sleep for these 2 months because I got a plan for you, Joshlyn.
Yeah.
You're not stopping here. And that's when I say, you know what? Let me use what I have. Use what I have and enjoy what I have and continue to do it. But sometimes I get discouraged. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I get discouraged because I do so much. Yeah. And sometimes I just don't want to be on social media. Sometimes I'm like, how am I doing this? Like, I literally have to push and do this outfit. Like, I waited to the last minute to book my my ticket for the Cinderella ball. And I said, well, what am I going to wear? So I said, well, it's Wednesday. I have time to order this off of Amazon, and it came in by Friday. I ordered the corset, and then I went to the fabric store to match the fabric and all this stuff, and I ended up making all this together.
Is that a dress?
It's actually a skirt. Oh. It's a skirt with a corset, but I made it to it's going to look like a dress though. And I added these on there. Yeah, and this is two different fabrics with additional of a trail. So yeah, I took care of that. It took me 12 hours to put all this together. I actually got a purse, and I got to make a mask.
Wow.
So after here, after this broadcast, I'll be making a mask to match this. Even though it's outside, I still want to make a mask.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this has been a fascinating story. I know you have to go to your Cinderella ball, but man, you're incredible.
Is she a designer? I like to hear from her, Delina.
Oh,
yeah. Yes, I am a fashion designer. Correct.
Yeah,
you can follow me at
Zeta information, please. Joshlyn, can we get your contact? Can you share that with everyone?
Let us know how we can reach you.
Oh, okay. Yes. My information is Zedeca Emporium. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram. The social media is ZADECAH Emporium, EMPORIUM for you, because I am for you. Like I
said. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
I'm still trying to get into Twitter and stuff like that. But right now it's Facebook, Instagram. My website is in the works as we talk. So because then because I'm about to start auctioning off my stuff that I'll be making. Like, I'm gonna be auctioning this off soon, because it's like I'm only gonna wear it once. Usually I don't like wearing the same stuff. I don't. So I might wear it once or twice or something like that. But stuff like this, yeah, I'm gonna auction it off and stuff like that.
What are your plans for the holidays? You have any pop-up events, any fashion shows coming up?
You know what? I do have a fashion show just on October 16th. I will be in Las Vegas. I'll be actually dressing. I'll be between 6 to 12 girls, I believe, in Las Vegas. Of my summertime is bathing suits and a nice little African colorful fabric. And I'll be out there. And then in November, I'll probably be doing some pop-up shops. And if not, then I was also doing going live again, like how it was in COVID time when everything shut down. Right now it's going to be a big wave. I feel like, COVID, and then you have the flu. It's winter, so right now I'm probably not going to be out as much, only on certain occasions, big occasions, and just take my what I'm doing right now and just make a store out of it and just be on live.
Okay.
And then, and that's why I'll, do my other business of massage therapy.
Now that was my question. If when I come back to Sacramento, if I want a massage, where can I get that massage at?
Oh, you can contact me on Zedekiah Emporium, or you could go to Healing Hands of Zen. So,
Okay.
far as like I said, just how it sounds, Healing Hands of Zen.
Okay.
So I'm mobile as well. I do have people that wants me to travel and stuff like that. So I do that. As well, I do have a location.
Okay. Okay. I used to go to Thunder Valley and get my massages and just stay out there for the whole day. I miss that.
Well, with my massages, I don't look at it as a massage. I look at it as a Zen treatment because I like to connect with people's energies. I don't, because I know when I get my massage, people just be like, you know, and it's like a routine. Like it's like they, just been, you got to do this, you got to touch the hands, you got to do that. See, for me, your body will speak to me. Your body will tell me where I need to work at. I also feel, and it tells me where I need to touch, and I will go deep inside your muscles and
oh my God,
everything. So I like to, like I said, connect to any of my clients, their energy, and they basically tell me, like, you tell me, hey, I need you to work on my my neck and my shoulders. So not only that I'm a massage or give you that Zen treatment, I am going to stretch you, and then I'm going to rotate your shoulders. I am going to pull your neck to the side. Like I'd sit here and I could stand here and I could just massage my own self. Like just probably heard my neck crack, but yeah.
Right. So we want to thank you. Thank you, Naeem, for, filling in with Chuck. You have certainly entertained us. You have enlightened us, and you have educated us. And we're definitely going to be working together some more. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm blind. Don't mind me. I don't got my glasses on. I'm trying to look cute with these eyelashes. Okay. So
No,
I had to look. I was looking at my name just to make sure it spelled right.
But I like your energy. I like your energy. And something told me you had a story, and something is telling me it goes deeper. But it's all good. And thank you for your time.
I need to do a book. I really need to do a book.
Yeah.
Because this book, just me. What also keeps me going, like I say, what keeps me going is I know there's women, there's ladies that left home. Because I met a lot of people when I left home. I met a couple girls that's been, abused and so forth. And I took them under my wing, you know what I mean? And put them somewhere safe. And like, I met so many people and I felt like I changed their lives. And by me continue to be who I am right now, and being honest to myself and being honest to others, I feel like it doesn't stop here. I feel like there's a bigger, higher power for me.
It is. It is. Yeah, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning for you. I keep telling you, you're very special.
Thank you.
And we're going to be working together.
I appreciate you too. You always send me links and everything. I appreciate you staying connected. And just basically gotta have patience with both of us. Just communication and just networking.
Yeah, I love real people. Thank you, Naeem. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. All right.
Thank you, everybody. And until next time, have a blessed day. Happy Sunday.
You got to say peace, y'all. Peace.
3, 2, 1, peace.
Peace.
All right.